Well, there's no way but forward.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself, Nate. This is Chapter 16, The Treasure Vault of Uncharted 1 on Brutal Difficulty. So this is one of my more favorite chapters of the game. The latter part of this game just all has a bunch of really good chapters in my opinion. And the reason I like this chapter a lot is because of the fact that it's very reminiscent of chapters in the later games, like Uncharted 2's Chapter 9 and Uncharted 3... I want to say it's Chapter... What is it? Is it Chapter 8? Or Chapter 9? Where you have to do a bunch of puzzles. It's the chapter where you like light up a bunch of statues on fire, and then you do a bunch of water room puzzles, and then you have to throw torches in order to make sure that spiders don't get you. It's that chapter. I don't remember which one it is. But the reason I really like these chapters is because of the fact that it's you versus the environment, more or less. And it's finding a way through. And I really enjoy that in games. You know, I don't think that every single game needs to have high-flying action all the time. And I think that this chapter is a very good chapter for having a bit of downtime until we get to the later chapters where it starts to pick up again before Chapter 20. But I like the navigation to this chapter a lot. But at the same time, I think that this chapter is a little cheap and frustrating sometimes because there are a couple of lanterns, as you can probably see from this one shot. It's over in the bottom right-hand corner. You can probably see another one at the top right. But these stupid lanterns, I don't know what it is about them, but whenever I try running past these things, I just get hit like 74 times. I must have gotten hit by those things a good 15 to 20 times while I was recording this chapter. And then I would watch somebody else immediately afterwards, like, I must be doing something wrong. You know, surely I can't be getting hit by these things a million times, but there are so many ways I could have avoided these lanterns that it was unbelievable, and I ended up taking a lot of really cheeky and dumb, stupid deaths because of it. But it's fine now. We get through, despite the nonsense that happened in order to get this run, which is fine. The only thing I don't like, though, about this chapter is, remember how I said that I really like how it's you versus the environment in order to find where you're supposed to go? They had to ruin that by putting a bunch of enemies in this chapter, which I really don't agree with at all. But eventually, why is there a pit there? I don't remember that pit being there. Oh well. But this first spawn that you're going to get later on is probably the hardest part of the chapter. The first checkpoint that you get as you start fighting is just really stupid, because you're stuck in an area with very little cover, and there are also enemies on an elevated platform that are all trying to shoot you, which is really dumb. I hate that. Not as bad as this one part, though. I must have gotten hit by these two lanterns a good like 6 or 7 times, which is why there's a little bit of a fade there, and I'm treating this like it's a 2D platformer. So after we drop down from this elevator, we're going to open up the door for Elena, I believe, and we will get started with the fighting. But the fighting itself in this chapter isn't really all that bad. It's just the fact that the enemies are kind of put in these really awkward spots where the only way to really get at them is to put yourself in danger. And unfortunately, putting yourself in danger in this game gets you killed, especially on a difficulty where you die more or less in 2 bullets. So we're just going to come on in here. I think I got lost in this chapter too. I remember getting turned around a lot in this chapter as well when I first played the game. Because the puzzle itself is really easy. All you have to do in order to navigate this place successfully is just go around to all the locations that have 2, 3, and 5. Like, come on, Chris, you're supposed to go up the chain. Come on, turn around, you idiot. There you go. And you're just supposed to follow these numbers all the way to the end. But yet I still get turned around in this place every time I play this level. It's really strange and bizarre. Don't understand how that keeps happening, though. But it's fine. Like I said, we eventually make it through. So we come over here to the other side of this gate. Gate opens up. Elena's going to come on in. And now we're going to proceed to the firefights. So whatever you do, don't count on Elena for these next couple of fights. Because something that I actually learned from another YouTuber that I brought up earlier, this Air from 17. Turns out Elena can die in this game. I never knew that because in my 4 playthroughs of this game, I've never once seen that happen, but apparently if you rely on Elena too much in any given firefight, the game will just straight up kill her. Again, I've never seen this happen, but apparently it's a thing that can happen, so you can never rely on Elena in any fight in this game.
You lose. Kill them both.
But after the scene, you're going to be stuck in a lot of open space, and I died there, naturally, because this guy up here was being a dick, and I didn't shoot him fast enough in order to kill him before he shot me dead. So I'm going to get back a little bit because apparently I didn't get him for some weird reason, but some of the enemies that are over here are going to rush and come down those stairs to try to kill you. So what I do is I hang out back here, get out of the way of this grenade so that I don't die, and I like to hang out here for a little bit in order to kill a couple dudes before I actually start making my way up. Because this first part, probably the hardest part of the chapter. Because once you get past this, the rest of the chapter is more or less a breeze. It's just all about a matter of whether or not you get into the right spot before you get shot down dead. So once that dude's dead, I'm maybe going to work up a little bit of courage, shoot that dude that's right there, and then make my way up the stairs. Elena's making some good time. Luckily, Elena, even though there's a possibility of her dying, I got super lucky there. I can't believe he didn't shoot me there. But we lived. That's the important part. Elena serves to be a nice distraction for us, and we can start shooting everybody else. Unfortunately, I'm out of bullets, but thankfully, because I stood back a little bit, I'm in a good spot in order to get a bunch of ammo from some of the enemies that I killed earlier, like the shotgun, which I'm trying really hard to get, but apparently just failing massively at it. But there's a China Lake dude all the way at the end. He's really not that big of a threat. It's really more so the last regular guy that we need to shoot, which I'm probably going to Dirty Harry him right now. Yeah, nice. So there should be only the China Lake dude left, so I'm going to get in a good spot, take him down. But there's also another dude, I think, who should be over after the platform that we're supposed to jump onto. That right there, see that? I could have died right there, and I would have been all the way back at the start of the fight. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way that you look at it, I didn't. So I kill him, and everything's golden. But that's the end of the fight. That's the hardest part of the chapter right there. I'm just going to make my way up here, jump over here onto this little platform, and we're going to come up, and there should be a dude that's right after you exit out of this. So I'm being really tentative because I know that there's a dude there, probably. Except he was over on the left instead of the right. I had the right idea, I just had the wrong side. So, learn from my mistakes, shoot this dude over here on the left. And another thing you need to realize is that there's a very sneaky shotgunner that the game developers put behind this staircase. And I remembered him from my crushing playthrough, so I'm just going to come over here, I'm just going to punch him in the mouth. Take another shot. Especially since he had a shotgun, he very easily could have shot me dead at any point in there. But he didn't, which is good. So once we come up here, we're just going to pull this winch that I can't see because my monitor is really terrible and I just cannot see anything in this game. You guys are going to see it in full force when we get to Chapter 18. Like, holy balls, I can barely see anything. So once you pull that down, turn around, climb up this ladder, and get into cover immediately behind these wooden fences because there are going to be a bunch of dudes that spawn above you. And I'm going to try my best to magnum all of them. So if I can just get myself in a much better position to shoot these guys, because this pillar's about to really own me and just really ruin my good time. Right, come on, Chris. Wasted shot. Want to try again? Nice. There we go. Hopefully I can get this last dude up here. Let's see. See if I get it. I'm pretty sure I have a couple more shotgun blasts just in case. Oh no, I have an M4. Okay, that's weird. But all that's left is just to kill this one dude, and I'm having just a real bother of a time shooting him. Because the way the camera works. Put him in the leg, and we got him. It's all good. Now from here, more or less, we can just blitz it to the end of the chapter. So eventually I'm going to work up some bravery. I'm going to come up here, and there should be one dude that spawns over to the left side as you come up these stairs. So once you get up here, shift your attention forward and kill this dude. Just get rid of him as soon as you possibly can. Then, once you do that, we're going to come down to the stairs over to the right. I thought there were going to be more people to kill over there on the left, which is why I got some more bullets, but it turns out that's completely unnecessary. So you just can run down the stairs, make your way up these stairs, and then that's basically it for the chapter. Once you round around this corner, you're safe from all the enemies, so feel free to just run through that as soon as you possibly can. But there you go. How easy was that? Just knowledge getting you through is the way it should be. So I'll see you guys next time for Chapter 17.